In 2014, I read one statement that rekindled my passion on the significance of money in ministry. In this book called Courageous Leadership by Bill Hybels, he asked a young preacher one question. He said, how much ministry can you do with $100? And he answered the question. He said, only $100 worth of ministry.
If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
The time is now for it to be okay to be great. People in this world shun people for being great, for being a bright color, for standing out. But the time is now to be okay to be the greatest you.
Now think about what I'm about to say. One of the greatest things that I learned when it came to finances, prosperity, money in the kingdom, that whatever you hear first becomes your truth. So if you first heard the doctrine of lack, if you first heard the doctrine of poverty, that doctrine is your truth.
83, God never responds to pain, but he always responds to pursuit. I have had some people contest that and said, don't you say that God's touched with the feelings or infirmities. I said, yes, but he doesn't do anything about it. How do we know that? 5 feet from the hem of the garment of Jesus, the woman who had hemorrhaged for 12 years received no attention. 4 feet away, no attention. 3 feet away, no attention. 2 feet away, no attention. 1 foot away, no attention. But when she touched the hem of his garment, he said, something happened. Who touched me?
It's crazy that we live in a world that if you're super positive and super creative, that it's scary. So what does that tell you about the mentality of most people?
A holy Bible that me and you read, that me and you believe, in Proverbs 10:22 says one thing. It says, the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow. Let me ask you a question that I had to ask myself in 2010 that transformed my life. Let me ask you this question. Who is that scripture not written for? Was it written for me only? Was it written to the rich only? Was it written to the Jew only? No, it was written to everybody. And you have to understand that that promise in the Bible is just as much yours as it is mine. It's for both of us.
I've learned over the years that, with anything, you have to be patient. Not 5 years patient or 5 months patient. You could be 10 years patient if you want to. Empires aren't built overnight. You know what I mean? Like I always tell everybody, the Great Wall was a 2,000-year-old plan. 2,000. You know how many lifetimes that is in one plan?
I realize that when they box me in or try to verbally put me in some type of box or put Donda in a box, that they're really showing their level of ignorance. They're putting themselves in a box.
Now think about this one. All Christians believe scriptures about God. They believe scriptures about a devil. They believe scriptures about demons. They believe the scriptures about heaven. They believe them about hell. They believe them about discipleship. They believe them about evangelism. They believe them about holiness, righteousness. They believe all these scriptures. But only 10% of us believe scriptures about prosperity. How come?